follow.
And you got your own story.
I'm just going to read this if that's okay. Yeah. So I always wanted to do this. Remember the honeymooners? I just always wanted to do a little break the ice. She called me last night saying, make sure you bring your final draft. So I have my final fantasy football draft. Shoot. Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. My name is Ian McKenzie. I'm from Vintage Terrace Senior Apartments in Corona. They asked me, how did you get there? That's some story, so I choose a short version and I'll do my best. I like to call this Stranger at My Door. So, 3 years ago, I'm living and working in Covina at a senior citizen apartment complex as a maintenance tech. My mother is also living there for many years. She called it home because of all the friends she had made over the years. Well, after her rent had been raised again to over $1,000 a month, we decided to move her to Vintage Terrace in Corona, where she had briefly lived a few years before and had recommended to friends and residents from Covina. My mother was my only hero I ever knew, and the only one I knew that had unconditional love. My father died when I was 5. I never had grandparents. My 2 sisters were much older and out of the house. So when I was still young, it was always Mom and I. So, moved her into Vintage Terrace, got a downstairs apartment. Just below a dear friend and next door to longtime friends that she had brought over from Covina. This was a dream come true and she was so happy. Thank you, Lord. Life is good. I had my job, a nice place to live. My mom was in a great place with people to look out for her. This made me very grateful and at peace. She really enjoyed doing arts and crafts with LifeSTEPS and coffee with neighbors. Unfortunately, soon, after a dark cloud appeared, she got sick. Doctor says, it's a kidney infection, it's treatable. She got better. She got sick again. Doctor says, it's a urinary tract infection, it's treatable. She got better. Then after that cloud got real dark, this time they found out the real cause, cancer. Pancreatic cancer, and there's not much time.
Wow.
Where are you, Lord? Life is not good. She asked if I could move in and help, and of course I did. I left my job and apartment and moved in with her. Never left her side and did everything possible to make her happy and comfortable. I can recall the pain like it was yesterday, lying on the floor next to her every night, trying not to cry out loud, asking God, please send me somebody to help. Lord, I just need some sleep. No family came. It was a friend upstairs and a neighbor next door that would come and sit with my mom, but I could sleep an hour or so a day. I stayed strong as I could till the very end. Thankfully, she was around for almost 2 years before she passed. I knew someday I would have to cross that bridge, and I knew I'd have to cross that bridge alone. I just had no idea how hard it would be and how alone you really are. For those of you who have, months go by, I'm working part-time, trying to find my purpose in life again, and struggling to make ends meet and isolating as much as I could. I didn't want to see or face life, didn't want to talk to anybody, and didn't want to lose my place. Anyways, I would keep my doors and windows closed, my blinds were closed, and I'm sitting on the couch one day when I hear a knock at the door, and I say, don't they know that I want to be left alone? Oh great, it's a stranger at my door. I open the door. Hi, my name's Christine Crabtree and I'm from LifeSTEPS. You remember Charlie Brown Peanuts when he was in school? You hear the teacher, wow, 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 wow. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. So, can't remember from there. And I'm from LifeSTEPS. I'm just passing out this flyer to inform residents here of elderly abuse policy or something like that. Could you please sign this to prove that I'm doing my job? Yes, okay, fine, anything to, get you out of here. I was thinking, I didn't really say that. I thought a lot of things I didn't say. I made a mistake after that, opened my mouth and said, well, what is LifeSTEPS? And she says, oh, take this other flyer, it explains what we do. I'm thinking milk and cookies, arts and crafts, and why did I ask? For instance, we help residents with problems, maybe with other residents, maybe to help with paperwork for county assistance. Things like grievance counseling. Uh-oh. My eyes wide open. I took the flyer and said, thanks. After weeks of looking at that darn flyer, that stranger had left me, I finally had the nerve to give her a call, and I asked, could we meet about the death of my mother and the struggle I had with it? So, I did. After the first meeting, I was very comfortable. I knew she was the right person in the right job. She knew how to listen. She knew how to listen. Huge for me. I went weekly for a time, gaining much needed confidence and finding out that I wasn't alone. You know, I just wasn't alone anymore. I began to open up and feel more like myself again. I knew I was sitting across from a loving and trusted person. One day she said, we can also help with a car repair or rent if needed. What? Because I need both. So she put the paperwork in with help from my rent. The next month, they helped pay the bulk of my rent, and all I could say was a huge relief that was, how grateful I was. I could sleep without the anxiety of how was I going to pay rent again, how was I going to make utility bills, how was I going to juggle another month and continue to lose sleep. I may have lost my apartment if it was not for LifeSTEPS and for the love and care of that stranger at my door. You have given me a hand up, not a handout, and I know I'm not alone. That's why I'm here today, to express my gratitude, and I'll do anything I can help another one in need. Thank you, J.B. Brown Fund. Thank you, Christine Crabtree, that I now call friend.